Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Perkenalkan, saya Ardik Ardianto, dosen program studi S1 Sastra Inggris, Fakultas Hukum, Ilmu Sosial, dan Ilmu Politik, Universitas Terbuka. Saya mengampu mata kuliah Reading 1. Pada kesempatan ini, saya akan mengajar salah satu mata kuliah yang juga sekaligus menjadi mata kuliah ampuhan saya, yakni Reading 1, dengan memenuhi komponen D-I-A, yakni Delivery, Interaction, and Assessment. Video ini merupakan bagian dari persyaratan sertifikasi dosen tahun 2025 bidang pengajaran. Mata kuliah Reading 1 dengan kode BING 4102 memiliki bobot 3 SKS dan merupakan mata kuliah wajib Prodi S1 Sastra Inggris. Mata kuliah ini terdiri dari 9 modul yang membahas 1. Dealing with new words using context clues. 2. Dealing with new words using word structure analysis, prefixes, root words, and suffixes. Ketiga, dealing with new words using dictionary. Keempat, dealing with difficult sentences, analyzing sentence structure. Kelima, dealing with difficult sentences, relationships of ideas in a sentence. Keenam, previewing and predicting, skimming and scanning. Ketujuh, paragraph reading, following printed directions. Kedelapan, reading graphs and maps. Dan terakhir, kesembilan, paragraph reading, understanding figure of speech. Melalui mata kuliah ini, mahasiswa diharapkan dapat menerapkan strategi membaca teks untuk memahami isi teks dengan tepat. Capaian pembelajaran lulusan prodi yang dibebankan pada mata kuliah ini adalah mahasiswa mampu mengaplikasikan teori dan kaidah kebahasaan dalam pembelajaran bahasa Inggris dengan benar dan tepat. Sedangkan, capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah ini adalah mahasiswa diharapkan dapat menerapkan strategi membaca teks untuk memahami isi teks dengan tepat. Sementara, capaian pembelajaran umum mata kuliah dari mata kuliah ini terdiri atas: pertama, mahasiswa mampu memperkirakan makna kata baru dengan menggunakan definisi atau deskripsi, sinonim, antonim, dan contoh dengan tepat. Kedua, mahasiswa mampu memperkirakan makna kata baru melalui imbuhan dan akar kata dengan tepat. Ketiga, mahasiswa mampu menjelaskan berbagai fungsi kamus dan menentukan makna kata baru sesuai dengan konteks kalimat dengan tepat. Keempat, mahasiswa mampu menerangkan kalimat yang kompleks melalui struktur kalimat dengan jelas. Kelima, mahasiswa mampu menerangkan kalimat yang kompleks melalui penggunaan transitional signals dengan jelas. Keenam, mahasiswa mampu membandingkan strategi membaca previewing dan predicting, serta skimming dan scanning dalam memahami isi teks dengan tepat dan cermat. Ketujuh, mahasiswa mampu menguraikan petunjuk umum, panduan atau manual untuk memahami isi teks dengan tepat. Kedelapan, mahasiswa mampu menyeleksi informasi dari berbagai jenis grafik dengan cermat. Dan terakhir, kesembilan, mahasiswa mampu menjelaskan berbagai jenis majas dalam suatu teks dengan rinci. Saya mengampu mata kuliah Reading 1 ini melalui tutorial online. Pada tutorial online, baik dosen maupun mahasiswa memiliki fleksibilitas untuk mengatur jadwal kelas tambahan secara sinkronus melalui platform Microsoft Teams atau Zoom jika ada materi yang dianggap sulit. Pembelajaran mata kuliah ini menerapkan pendekatan pembelajaran yang berorientasi pada siswa atau mahasiswa, student-centered learning, diantaranya akan dilakukan melalui metode diskusi, presentasi, tanya jawab, dan penugasan. Penilaian dilakukan melalui ujian akhir semester yang berupa soal tes essay serta penilaian tugas yang berupa case method. Saat ini, saya mengajar mata kuliah Reading 1 melalui tutorial online selama 16 minggu. 8 minggu digunakan untuk tutorial online, 4 minggu sebelum tutorial online digunakan untuk belajar mandiri dengan mempelajari BMP atau buku materi pokok, dan 3 minggu sesudah tutorial online, mahasiswa belajar mandiri untuk mempersiapkan ujian terakhir semester. Serta minggu terakhir digunakan sebagai ujian akhir semester. Penilaian untuk mata kuliah ini terdiri dari beberapa komponen yang meliputi nilai tutorial dan UAS. Nilai tutorial memiliki bobot 30% yang terdiri dari 20% nilai kehadiran, 30% nilai diskusi atau partisipasi, dan 50% berasal dari penyelesaian tugas tutorial. Sementara, nilai UAS memiliki bobot 70%. Terdapat 3 tugas tutorial yang harus dikerjakan mahasiswa pada minggu ketiga, kelima, dan ketujuh. Berikut adalah kegiatan pembelajaran mata kuliah Reading 1 yang diadakan melalui Microsoft Teams dengan materi yang diambil dari modul 1, buku materi pokok Basic Reading, mengenai Dealing with New Words Using Context Clues. Selamat menyaksikan. Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning,
Thank
sir.
you for thank you for having participated in my class. I do really appreciate that you have joined in this class. Today we're going to learn about the first module in the course text basic reading that you have. And we're going to have roughly 30 minutes for this meeting, starting from the introduction that I will be explaining what we're going to learn, the learning objectives, and then I'm going to deliver the materials, and then the last one we're going to close it by all of you participating in some kind of quiz by the end of this meeting. So again, thank you for having participated in this class. I do really appreciate. Now let me share first my screen so that we're going to start our learning today. Okay, so as I said before, we're going to learn about the first module in the basic reading textbook that you have, that you already have. So in this first module, we're going to learn about dealing with new words, that is using context clues to guess unknown or unfamiliar words whenever you have a difficulties in reading. So, okay, so that's our first learning material today. But before I told you about, before I tell you about our learning objectives today, I'm gonna ask you, it's a very simple question, and you can use your phone, or you could directly go to menti.com to answer this particular question. The first is, I'm gonna try to assess the common strategies that you use to understand unknown words whenever you meet the difficulties in reading particular words that you are not familiar with. So what do you often do every time you are puzzled with unknown or unfamiliar words in the middle of the reading? So you can type your answer down by using this QR code. Let me see. Okay, we have already first answer. Look them up in the dictionary. Great. It's, I think, majority of people do that. So whenever you try to meet unknown or unfamiliar words while you're reading, so a lot of people do those kind of strategies. That is, look them up in the dictionary. And then the third one is on book. Okay, marking it with highlighter and then find the word on dictionary. So similar strategies. While on the phone, copy the word and search the meaning online. Oh, great. So you try to find the resource online. Guess the sentence before and after word. The first we have to know the context. Okay, it's a very great answer, actually, this is what we're going to learn about today. So, guessing the sentence before and after, or surrounding the unknown familiar words, to know or to guess the anticipated meaning. So, in other words, you can use the surrounding context of the unknown words to know the meaning that you haven't known yet. Thank you for the response. Now let's move. I'm gonna move to the next materials. So as I said before, today we're gonna learn about guessing unfamiliar words or unknown words by using context clues. So by the end of this meeting, students or all of you are able to predict or anticipate unknown or unfamiliar words by using context clues. That is, in the form of the first one is definition or description, and then the second one is using a synonyms, the third one using antonyms, and then the last one is using examples correctly. So that's our learning objective. The next materials here, as I said before, that the context clues are consisting of several strategies. The first one is using definition or description, and then the second one using similar or dissimilar meaning, that is synonyms and also antonyms, and then the last one is trying to use examples that is that are provided in the sentence. So regarding the definition first, or the description, the context clue in the form of definition or description is likely to be found in the preceding, same, or succeeding sentence. And then regarding the synonym or antonyms, of course, you can guess the similar word or the dissimilar word of the unknown word that contains in the sentence. And then the last one, using examples. The context clue can also be provided in the form of examples to elaborate the meaning of the unknown word. So those three strategies you can use regarding the context clues. Okay, I'll give you an example of the first definition. So as I said before, regarding the definition, you can a lot of signs or marks that you can use, such as the expression like is, are, or means, or refer to, or phrase like which is, or relative clause, that's in this case, which is, that is, in other words, that's now a definition in the sentence. Here the example, the metacognition, which refers to the awareness of regulation of one's own thinking process, plays a critical role in effective learning strategies. So this relative clause, starting from which, ending to the processes here, it tries to give a definition back to the metacognition. So whenever you don't know the word metacognition is, you can directly use this relative clause to give a definition of the metacognition is. So that's the way how you try to predict the unknown word using a definition. And then the second one is using a synonyms or antonyms. There are two examples that I've provided. The first one is the tutor was very amiable or friendly and made every student feel at ease during the session. So the first example, there are two similar words, that is amiable and friendly, indicated by the conjunction or here. So the meaning of amiable, it's quite similar with the friendly. So that's why you can use this word friendly to define what does the amiable mean. And then the second one is using antonym. In this sentence, you can see, unlike his gregarious sister who loved parties, Jason was reserved and preferred reading alone in his room. So the word gregarious, if it's okay whenever you don't know the word gregarious means, but you can predict this meaning using the antonym provided in the next sentence, that is reserve and also prefer reading alone. So of course you can guess that the gregarious means something like sociable or outgoing, because the antonym is reserve and prefer reading alone. So it seems like the gregarious means extrovert. You can try to give that meaning, while reserve and prefer reading alone is kind of introvert. So that's how you try to use synonyms and also antonyms to give uh, a definition or give meaning from the unknown words that you couldn't predict the meaning. And then the last one is uh, using examples. Uh, Whenever you find these signal words like such as, for example, for instance, including, like, or especially, then it's you can use that as an examples to predict the meaning of the unknown words. The example here, some derivational morphemes such as nes, ere, and an change the meaning or part of speech of a base word. So the derivational morphemes, because you have already know the example, then you can predict, oh, so that it is the morpheme that has derivative form of the root word or a base word. So that's the way how you predict the context clues using examples. Now let's get back to the previous examples. Now I'm gonna ask one of you which of which. The first one in this case, uh, what do you think that the context clues use in the first sentence? Anyone can guess? The
Example,
first
sir.
sentence. Okay, great. Thank you, Sai. So it's an example because there are words such as to explain the citation means. How about the second question? Anyone would like to guess? Here there are the signals that you can use. That is, anyone could guess?
I think
Yeah,
it's
probably.
using
Yeah.
a definition.
Okay, great. So it's either definition or description. Great. So the second one is definition and also description. How about the third one? What kind of context clues that you can find? Is it description, or is it synonym or antonym? Anyone? Okay,
Description.
so the third example here, you can guess it's using a description, because the next sentence, the whole sentence, the nearby house is 5 kilometers away. Try to give a description about the secluded place. So you can guess. So the secluded means, oh, the first condition is it's not that uh how say it's not that near, because the nearby house even 5 kilometers away. So in this third example is using a description to describe the unknown word secluded. And then how about the last one? It's a very simple because you can directly predict using the conjunction here.
By synonym.
Okay, great. So it's a synonym. So the enigma means similar like mystery. You couldn't guess, you couldn't predict, and that's called enigma. It's an enigma or mystery. Okay, that's great. So let's move into the exercises. Anyone can guess the first meaning of fresh in this context. Is it an A, or B, or C, or D?
C.
C. Is it anyone? Is
C.
it C?
Hasty.
Okay, great. So ras
Hasty.
means hazy. Yeah. So why? How do you know? Because here you can predict the word ras by using the clues quick decisions. So ras similar with the quick. So it means hazy. Or in Indonesian we can call it terburu-buru. Okay, so how about the second one? The dancer's body was very lithe. She could flex her body gracefully. You can guess the word lithe using this word. She could flex her body. So what?
Flexible.
How about
Yeah, great.
flexible?
Yeah. So the word lithe has similar meaning with flexible. How do you know? Because she could flex her body. So here, flex try to give the context clue of the word lithe. Okay, so the next one. Everybody thought that he was evil, but it turned out that he was virtuous after all. So what does the word virtuous mean? And how do you know
Honorable.
what does it mean?
Honorable.
Okay, great. Once again, you do it very great. So virtuous means honorable because you can know the meaning from the antonym here, evil, and you can predict that there is a correlation of antonyms in this sentence because uh the logic, there's a conjunction but here, so of course it has antonym correlation. So virtuous is the antonym of evil, so that's honorable. Okay, the last question. My grandmother kept some antique collections of cutleries, such as spoon, fork, and knives. Can you predict the word
Silverware.
cutleries means?
Silverware.
Okay, great. So you
Silverware.
directly know. How do you know that the word cutleries means silverware?
Because
Such as spoon, fork, and
such as
knife.
spoon, fork, and knife
Okay, yeah,
are
that's lovely.
cutlery.
So in this case, you're using the example of context clues in the sentence. There's a word suggest there. So in this sentence, you can predict the word catalyst by referring to the examples provided afterwards, such as spoon, fork, and knives. Okay, that's the last question in this learning exercises. Now let's move to the quiz. There are 10, I think, 10 questions that you're gonna have. So you can scan this barcode or directly go to the quiz.com and try to enter this code to participate in this quiz. Okay, are you ready? Okay, then I think all of have participated. Now let's start the quiz. Okay, have you done it, guys? No?
I cannot join, sir.
Okay, so we have the winner. The first winner is Said. Well done, Said. Then in the second place is Anasha, and then the third place is Katerina. Oh, well done. All of those three answer correctly all of those questions. Oh, what lovely score. Okay, so what do you think, guys? That's do you have any difficulties about the quiz? No? Okay, so I think so far what have we learned today? Anyone would like to give a reflection? What do you have learned today? No one? Said probably, since you are in the first place.
Okay, so
Okay.
I guess the lesson that I learned from our class today is that we shouldn't give up. Don't just
Oh, okay.
go look it up on the dictionary, because sometimes you can get the clue from the context, like the examples and descriptions and antonym and synonym. So yeah, I guess that even though sometimes the word can be difficult, but the context around it should make it clear.
Okay. That's a very lovely reflection. I thank you. Thank you so much. That's totally correct. So you can use
Thank you, sir.
a lot of clues that provided in the sentence to guess the unknown words. So before I end this class, so as to deepen your understanding of the materials, please do the exercises, either 1, 2, and also 3, and the formative test provided in the textbook in your reading 1 or basic reading textbooks. Okay, so I think that's it from me for this today meeting. So before I end up, I have this quote from William Nicholson in his work Shadowlands, that we're ready to know we're not alone. So I do really hope that you could always practice and always read any kind of materials so that it will deepen your understanding and also your uh, uh, learning skills. Okay. Is there any question before I end this meeting today? Anyone would like to say anything? No? Okay then. So thank you for having participated in this class for today's class. I do really appreciate it because you have uh, give me opportunity to share with you the learning materials today, and I do really hope you can use those strategies whenever you encounter the unfamiliar or the unknown words whenever you have difficulties in reading. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you, and see you in the next meeting.
Thank you, sir. See you.
Thank you so much, sir.